Hello, hello. It's Monday. It's Mother Trucker Yoga Monday. It's Mother Truckin' Monday, right? It's Mother Truckin' Monday. Getting my water in. No excuses, right? It's Motivation Monday. How are you? Hope Savar here. Super excited. It's a new week. Monday always brings about a new mentality if that's the approach that you take. And if you read our Motivation Monday, we were talking about, well, I was talking about not wanting to do something versus not being able to do something. There's a difference. And this was a big game changer for me many years ago when I started to recognize the lies I was telling myself. When I started to recognize the difference between me telling myself I can't, or I shouldn't, or I'm not able to, and actually not being able to do something. And recognizing that there is a large gap between what we are actually physically, mentally, emotionally, like environmentally not able to do, and what we won't do, what we don't want to do, what we keep ourselves from doing. There's a gap. There's a huge gap. And that gap is the difference between where you are right now and where you desire to be. So much of our success in life, so much of what we strive for, the goals we wish to obtain, is a mental game. It is a huge mental game. Hey Cheryl, hey Robert, drop it in the comment section. You know what to do. If you've seen me live before, drop it in the comment section. Let me know where you're tuning in from, where you're coming, where you're going. I'm assuming maybe you're parked for the night. If you're driving, do not text and drive. But I wanted to come live to you guys tonight and give you a little bit of perspective, if you read our Motivation Monday, about where I'm coming from. And so, like many of you know, I'm not a truck driver. However, I grew up around truck drivers. I'm in a trucking community. I grew up around hardworking blue-collar workers. You've heard me talk about my dad was a sewer pipe layer. Not a glamorous job, but definitely if he didn't go to work every day, we wouldn't have our fancy buildings and toilets that flushed. And so I'm super proud of that. I feel like the people are people that are underserved, and that's why I'm here. Hey, drop it in the comment section. Let me know how you're doing. We're talking about the difference between not wanting to do something and not being able to do something. Between the conversation between your two ears where you say, I won't do that. And what you're saying to yourself is, I can't. I'm not able to. That's too hard. And it's a mental conversation that has to change. It's not your environment. It's not the opportunities that you're afforded, you guys. Like, hear me this. It is so much what we tell ourselves as to what we actually do. Our thoughts feed our actions, and our actions feed our lives. For years and years and years and years, I told myself that I couldn't do it. I couldn't get well. I couldn't get into recovery. It was too hard. I didn't have the resources. I was a special unicorn, like all that stuff. And it kept me sick. It kept me unwell for many years. Because telling myself those lies that I couldn't, that I wasn't capable, was a lot easier than having to be uncomfortable. Than having to do things I didn't know how to do, than having to ask for help, than having to look stupid because I didn't have it all together. And how many times, if you and I get really honest with ourselves, how many times is it really up here that's keeping us from whatever it is we want, whether it's a healthier life, whether it's increasing flexibility, losing weight, being home more, making more money, whatever it is. I'm hyper aware, and I'm only speaking from my own experience, I'm hyper aware that getting on this thing here that you and I right now are on can be a death trap if we let it. Where people just bitch and complain about everything, the poor me mentality. And then we get sucked into that and we start thinking, yeah, my life is hard. You guys, everybody's life is hard. We all have challenges. We all have obstacles. We all have things that can either keep us from where we want to go, or they can be the thing we look back at and go, mother trucking, I overcame that. I overcame that. I was able to rise above that. I was able to do it anyways. Every single success story I have ever heard in my entire life is a success story because that person overcame adversity, overcame obstacles that other people said were too hard, said that they couldn't be done, that they weren't capable of, that they should just give up and walk away. I'm telling you, it's not because you're a truck driver. It's not because of the place you were born or the family that you have or the money that's in your pocket. I'm telling you, I've overcome so many obstacles. I've had people tell me that my ideas are dumb and I should close my business. I had doctors tell me, best case scenario, I learned to live on medication indefinitely. You guys, I was on my deathbed. I tried taking my life. I've had major obstacles. But at some point, I made a decision in here where I said that would not be what keeps me from moving forward. I would not be the reason that I don't move forward. The lies that I was telling myself had to stop. And I'm telling you that tonight. I have this conversation every single day in my head. Every single day. I've been in recovery for almost 15 years. This has not stopped. This has not stopped. Where I ask myself when I'm faced with a challenge, business, personal life, family, it doesn't matter. And I ask myself, is this a I won't do it? Or is this a I'm fully not capable of doing it? Like there's no way I'm able to do that. Usually, gotten to a place now where I can get really honest with myself. It's because I don't want to. I just went to the gym and I didn't want to go. And I already had this conversation going in my head about like why it was already too late. I should just go home and like there's stuff to do. I have work I still have to do, like all of these things. And I just decided to go anyways. Like I had the conversation all the way to the front door, you guys. All the way in. Like I actually contemplating just like going into the bathroom and then leaving. We do this to ourselves all the time. We do this to ourselves all the time. I can't do this is really I won't do this. I'm not able to do that is really I'm not willing to try that. So what's the deal? It's Monday night. You got a whole week ahead of you. Start paying attention to the conversation in your head. If you feel like quitting smoking has been a vicious cycle, a roundabout over and over and over again, if you feel like you're still thinking about getting out and going for a walk, like, who cares? If someone sees you, maybe you might inspire them that they can do this too. If you decide to try to eat something healthy and you have no idea what the hell you're doing, the fact that you're trying to do that is already one step closer to where it is or where you want to go from where you currently were. If you want to make more money, start researching how to do it. Who cares if you don't know what you're looking for? You might stumble across it. Every single day in my business, I've never had a product before. I've never had a business at the scale that I'm growing to. I've never worked with major companies before selling something on this level. Like it's like the blind leading the blind, you guys. I'm clueless every single day. I'm a college dropout. I have no business degree. I'm self-taught. Like you guys, it is the blind leading the blind. But every single day I show up. Because I refuse to tell myself I can't do this. I refuse to tell myself that it is impossible. I refuse to tell myself that this isn't something I'm capable of. It's too hard. because all of those things are usually attached to me being lazy or me not wanting to be uncomfortable or trying new things or thinking someone might be judging me or thinking I might look stupid or some scenario that I made up in my head about the type of person that I think I'm supposed to be. I mean, I think we've all done that, right? Like you have this image that you feel like you have to live up to, and if you decide to like not be that anymore, what will people think? I'll leave you with this. You have the ability to change the storyline of your life today. You have the ability to make a different choice today. You have the ability to go for whatever goal, whatever dream, whatever small or big thing it is that you want today. All you have to do is change the conversation in your head. Change the thoughts and change the makeup of what you keep telling yourself your life is going to be like. If you wake up and say, my life is hard, guess what? Your life is going to be hard. If you wake up and say, my life sucks, everything always breaks on me, nothing goes right, that's what's going to happen. But if you say to yourself, I will find the good in everything, and I'm going to make this work over hell or high water, you're going to get through it. I believe you are. I know you are. But we have to change the conversation up here first. So between you, not you, you and me and everyone else that wants to take another step forward in their life, it's about the small, simple changes that are going to lead you to the big results. But those small, simple changes have to start with you, and they have to start with the conversation in your head. All right, guys, I want you to do one thing for me. Show me some love, but more importantly, share this out with someone else that you feel might need it. Share this out on your page, share this out with your friends, message it, let me know in the comment section what you think, because this is how we change. This is how we change the culture of trucking. This is how we change how we look at things. We let other people know that there are things that they can do that don't cost anything, that don't take a lot of time, maybe a little bit of effort, but that effort is going to breed more opportunities along the way. All right, guys, until next time, peace out and have an awesome night.